Hey guys, and welcome back to Leah's Lifestyle. Today we're going to be doing some coding practice, so let's just get right into it. Okay, we got that up, and right now we are working on this. Let me pull up the stream so that I can see chat. Okay, I have chat up. Let's open up the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's make sure that's ready. Yep. And like always, we're using freecodecamp.org. This is that beginning tutorial, like learning. We were on step 25. The figure element represents self-contained content and will allow you to associate an image with a caption. Nest the image you have added with a figure element. Nest the image you just added with a figure element. The image I just added. Ooh, see, I should have done this all at once because now I've forgotten. Can I reset? That makes me sad. I don't feel like... Okay, so I know nesting is when you insert this, right? So underneath this UL, we need to nest. So this is the UL, 1, 2, that's a nest. Okay, added within a figure element. So with this image, add in a figure. Like this. Or is that what all that is? I don't know what it's asking me. A figure element should have an opening tag. Open tags have the following syntax. Element name. Figure's name. An F then? Within a figure element. Within a figure element. I think it's this one. Okay. I'm supposed to nest it within this. So I think this needs to be 1, 2. Okay, let's just see if I... Oh, yeah. This is step 25, yeah, it is. Element name, element name, instruction says to nest the image inside figure element. Image. Isn't that what? Yes. Thought I did that. This is the same person over and over again. Down here. No, I think this is supposed to nest this image. It's supposed to be up here on top, I feel like. This is in a different language. This has the alternate, right? You need to wrap the image element in a figure element. The syntax for an element, yeah, is you have done main element and a section element only. It's a figure instead of a section or main. Oh, okay. So, a figure. And this one here. 2, wait, no. And then oh yeah. It's in the front. I think it might be in the back. only it's figure instead of section. Oh, I should see what it says. Main section. Yeah, so why does it have... But wait, does that mean... The figure element represents self-contained content and will allow you to associate with an image caption. Okay. First off, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. 3. One, two. Okay. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, well, that helped. Oh, it's just under. So this is correct. So why is it actioning? Can I copy this? What happens if I do that? Why is it not working? I feel like I just did that. Your figure element should have a closing tag. Closing tags have a backslash just after this. Okay, but when I do that, then you say your figure element should have an opening tag. Opening tags have the following, which is what I did. So is it here that you're looking for it? I don't think the figure is supposed to have a backslash because it doesn't have it here. And it's an ending. So it should be at the end of it if it was gonna do it. You know, like this. But that doesn't do it either. It doesn't even let that slot go after that. This one has it here. This one has it here like it needs. We haven't even gotten that far into the code at all. You know, it's so short still. This section here has a backslash. This person doesn't have a backslash in theirs. I feel like the only other thing I can do is just write figure twice. I feel like that's all I can do. Oh, okay. I guess I should have seen that. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know what made me think of that, to be honest. A figure caption. Excuse me. A fig caption element is used to add a caption to describe the image contained within the figure element. Here's the example of a fig caption element with a caption of a cute cat. So the figure is the image. The image is a description of the image. Good job. Yep. A fig caption. A cute cat. Fig caption. Figure. Okay. So it's saying here, it wants me to place a fig caption and then write a lasagna cats love lasagna. Spelling error. Okay. To place sentences on a specific word or phrase, you can use the EM element, emphasize the word love in the fig caption element by wrapping it in an emphasis EM element. I'm guessing it's gotta be like this. Wrap it with an A, like A. And then what is it? It's like Oh, wait. So is it just like... Ha! Cool. And what does it do? Ah, okay, okay. After the figure element, add another H3 element with the text, top 3 things cats hate. Okay. H3. What is it? Top 3 things cats hate. The code for an ordered list, OL, is similar to an unordered list, but list items in an ordered list are numbered when displayed. Below the H3 element, add an ordered list with these 3 list items. Okay. I wonder if I need to write it like... The 3 LI elements should be nestled inside the OL element. Oh, it's like... What is happening here? Thank you. Okay. Oh wait, no. Actually, it's directly beneath it, isn't it? It's OL. And then it's the LI. Is it above? It's below it, isn't it? Wait. What? There. There we go. Yay! Oh, I'm losing sensitivity to my foot. There's no blood flow. Okay, after the ordered list, add another F figure. After the ordered list, another figure. Inside the figure element you just added, nest an image element with an src attribute set. Oh, and it gave me to this. I was not reading all the way. To improve accessibility of the image you added, add an alt attribute with the text. Alt equals 5 cats looking around a field. Oh, I said FICE. 5. Spelling error. After the image element, add a fig caption element with the text "Cats hate other cats." Okay. Add a fig caption that cats hate other cats. Fig caption. The strong element is used to indicate that some text of the strong importance of urge in the fig caption you just added indicate that hate is a strong importance by wrapping it in a strong element. Okay, it's time to add a new section. Add a third section element below the section element. Wait. Add a third section element below the section element. Section. Oh. Here. Oops. Don't capitalize. Inside the third section element, add an H2 element with the text cat form. Now you will add a web form to collect information from users. The form element is used to get information from a user like their name, email, and other details. After the cat form heading, add a form element. Okay, after, add a form element. 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 Add a The action attribute indicates where form data should be sent. Here's an example of a form element with an action attribute. Example code: form action equals submit URL form. In the example, action equals submit URL tells the browser that the form data should be sent to the path / submit URL. Add an action attribute with the value to the form element. Okay. In the input element allows you several ways to collect data from a web form, like image elements, input elements, or a void element, and do not need closing tags. Nest an input element in the form element. Nest. Nest an input. An input element allows you to several ways to collect data from a web form, like image input. Okay. There are many kinds of inputs you can create using the type attribute. You can easily create a password field, reset button, or a control to let users select a file from their computers. Create a text file to get text inputs from a user by adding their type attribute with the value text to the input element. There are many kinds of inputs you can create using the type attribute. You can easily create a password field. Create a text field to get text input from a user by adding the type attribute with the value text to the input element. Okay. Let me just I was gonna look into it and like learn and like just figure it out, but I was like, you know what? Let me just take in some of this, double check some of the things I've already done, just see if I can do it myself, and I did. Okay, so the input from a user by adding the type, so it's like it's input and then it's type because like you can put form and then action, image, and then CRS, right? So it's like adding type as an attribute with, and then it's a value, and value is something after an equal, right? So I was like, okay, I see the form, the main word, the something other word equals whatever it is you're wanting it to do. Got it. Got it. I got it. I got that part. That's great. I love that. Let's see if I can use that again in the future. In order for a form's data to be accessed by the location specified in the action attribute, you must give the text file a name attribute and assign it a value to represent the data being submitted. Here's an example of an input element with a name attribute. Example code: input type equals text, name equals name. add the name attribute with the value cat photor1 to your field text. Okay. Name. Oh. Whoops. Become a supporter. Remove interruptions. I could, but I'm not going to. Okay. Placeholder text is used to give people a hint about what kind of information to enter into an input. Here is the example of input elements with a placeholder set to exjando. Example code. Add the placeholder text cat photo URL to your input element. Add the placeholder text cat photo URL to your input element. Make place. Oh, so they don't want this here. Your input element should have a placeholder attribute with the value being cat photo URL. Oh, not that. There we go. Finished it reading, girl. To prevent a user from submitting your form when required information is missing, you need to add the required attribute to an input element. There's no need to set a value for the required attribute. Instead, you just need the word required to the input element, making sure that there's space between it and other attributes. Like this. The button element is used to create a clickable button. Add a button element to the text submit below the input element. The default behavior of clicking a form button without any attribute submits the form to the location specified in the form's action attribute. Add a button element with the text submit below the input element. Okay, so below this one, the button element is used to create a clickable button. Add a button element. Okay. Button. Okay. Element with the text. Submit. Below the input element, the default behavior of clicking a form button without any attributes submits the form to the location specified in the form's action attributes. Even though you added your button below the text input, they appear next to each other on the image. Cat photo URL. Okay. That's because both input and button elements are inline elements which don't appear on new lines. The button you added will submit the form by default. However, relying on default behavior may cause confusion. Add the type attribute with the value submit in the button to make it clear that it is a submit button. Okay. Oh, wait, it goes inside here. Type. Wait, does it go inside there? But we need the button to do something. You can use radio buttons for questions where you want only one answer out of multiple options. Here's an example of a radio button with the text set as cat. Example code. Input the type equals radio cat. Remember that an input element is a void element. Before the text input, add a radio button with the text set as indoor. Label elements are used to help associate a text from an input element with the input element itself, especially for assistive technologies like screen readers. Here's an example of a label element with a radio button. Label, input type radio, cat label. In the example, clicking on the word cat will also select the radio button. Nest your radio button inside a label element. Ah. The ID attribute is used to identify specific HTML elements. Each ID attribute values must be unique from all other ID values for the entire page. Here's an example of an input element with an ID attribute. Example code: input ID equals email. An ID attribute with the value indoor to the radio button. When elements have multiple attributes, the indoor of the attributes doesn't matter. The order of the attributes doesn't matter. Add an ID attribute. Okay. Create another radio button below the first one, nested inside a label element with outdoor as the labeled text. Give the radio button an ID attribute with the outdoor as a value. Create another radio button below the first one, nested in label button with outdoor instead. Okay, so same thing. Same thing. So we're just gonna copy paste. And I'm gonna say out. Oh wait, no, that's input. I need that. Out. Out. Indoor, outdoor. Okay, nice, nice. I see. Then you can click. Notice that both the radio buttons can be selected at the same time to make it so selecting one radio button automatically deselects the other. Bottom buttons must have a name attribute with the same value. Here's an example of two radio buttons with the same name attribute. And one's breakfast, one's lunch. Okay. Add the name attribute with the value indoor, outdoor to both radio. Oh. Wait. There we go. If you select the indoor radio button and submit the form data for the button is based on its name and value attributes. Since your radio button do not have a value attribute, the form data will include indoor outdoors equals on, which is not useful when you have multiple buttons. Add a value attribute to both radio buttons for convenience. Set the button's value attributes to the same value as its ID attribute. Oh. Okay, a value. Okay. The field set element is used to group related inputs and labels together in a web form. Field set elements are block level elements, meaning that they appear on a new line. Nest the indoor and outdoor radio buttons within a field set element and don't forget to indent the radio buttons. Okay, the field set element is used to group related inputs and labels together in a web form. Field set elements are block level elements, which means they appear on a new line. Nest the indoor and outdoor radio buttons, these ones, within a field set element, and don't forget to indent the radio buttons. This still has to be underneath the section. So there's 1, 2. So field set. Okay. 1, 2. That's there. Okay. The legend element acts as a caption for the content in the field set element. It gives users context about what they should enter into the part of the form. Add a legend element with the text, "Is your cat an indoor or outdoor cat?" above both the radio buttons. Okay. Next, you're going to add some new form input elements. So add another field set element directly below the current field set element. Add a legend element. What's your cat's personality? Forms commonly use checkboxes for questions that may have more than one answer. The input element with a type attribute set to checkbox creates a checkbox. Under the legend element you just add an input with its type attribute set to checkbox and its text set to loving. Wait, is input I think it is. Let me just double check. Yeah, I don't need this. I didn't think I needed this, but I guess maybe I do. Because, let's see. Type. Checkbox. Under the legend element, you just add an input with its type checkbox and its text set to says under, it doesn't say to oh, found it. There we go. Add an ID attribute with the value loving for the checkbox. Oof, where are we at? Oh my goodness, we're an hour in. Floop. Didn't even realize. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me today with this coding practice. I guess I really got into it. We're ending here on step 58. So we'll join back in tomorrow at that point. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what has been the most fun about this part of coding where we're doing like this whole page setup comparatively to when we were trying to do more of creating something like a calculator. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys soon.